I want to show y'all something because I think it more so delves into the mindset of Lil Meech before we get this video started. The boy already had bad habits. And by the first season, it seems as though he blew that freaking bag. So initially, it was up in the air, and I'm just getting out this little backstory real quick. Initially, it was up in the air if there was going to even be a second season of BMF. But the first season did so well that, hey, they went ahead and went with it, and so on and so forth, and then it got more and more popular. So I want y'all to understand this. This was before the start of the second season. These are what we call broke boy behavior moves. Check this out. Exclusive details. Lil Meech off the hook and alleged $250,000 watch heist. BMS star Lil Meech is off the hook in his grand theft case over a $250,000 Richard Mille watch. We're told it was tossed after the accusers decided they were done pursuing it. I wonder why. A rep for the Miami-Dade State's Attorney's Office tells TMZ Hip Hop cops conducted an investigation after a few jewelers complained about missing pieces, but investigators were eventually told the jewelers got their merch back. That wouldn't automatically end the case if the stuff was initially stolen, but prosecutors decided to drop the case. Meech's attorney, Howard, I don't even want to say, I'm just going to say Howard Nick, called the investigation a misunderstanding that was amicably resolved. Meech then took to Instagram to celebrate along with a bold message to his haters. TMZ popped the lid off of the story back in May. Meech was accused by Miami's Haymoff Jewelers of running off with a $250,000 Richard Mille after flipping an $80,000 Rolex. With the case behind him, the time is nearing for Meech and the crew to begin filming season 2 of BMF. Production sources told TMZ Hip Hop, Meech and Power Book 2 Ghost Michael Rainey Jr. almost came to blows during 50 Cent's Tycoon Weekend. That's something completely different. So, yeah. So, the warnings were there. And then you have 50 Cent essentially saying, I done sent the little boy to rehab. He used to be off whippets and all these things and everything like that. 50 Cent, I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. I'm telling Mimi I don't want him doing drugs. He telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I tell Mimi chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. People don't know I had to send Mimi to rehab. Russell Hornsberry peeped he was high as F on set. He started throwing up at weapons tests. Then Ian told me little dude had whippets in his truck. I said, what the F is whippets? I look at it, the stuff that be in BB guns. So the pain really cuts deep for 50 Cent. So I get why he would react the way he did. But I'm one of those people who get on the internet and put it's over for this person and over for that person. And rarely am I wrong. Rarely am I wrong. In this instance, I think what the internet revealed about Big Meech was selfishness. You see, there was an interview that came out with Cuffy, and Cuffy said essentially, man, Big Meech is a selfish MF. He's a selfish person. Man, he don't care about nothing but himself. And I think ultimately, that's what's going to make sure that Big Meech gets himself ended. Because I could not believe this crap when I seen it. And when I say Big Meech is done, I mean Lil Meech is done as well. Let's get into it.
I'm assuming that you were doing it for free?
Yeah.
Everyone else was doing it for free also.
You charge a nigga to come home from jail, you a slob.
Southwest T took a picture with Supreme's son, and that kind of caused some problems already.
Lil Meech ain't like his response. I respond, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, that's my daddy. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. I don't give a fuck. My son, nigga, my nigga ain't gonna go against this grain. Fuck that. No, nigga, fuck all y'all. I'm with my dad, nigga.
You was with 50, he's talking about stuff in the future, he made your family money. You fuckers don't have to be loyal to 50 in business. I guess that's how Meech felt. I remember when Lil Meech was rapping. Nobody helped him.
Just fresh out the kennel. If you talking money, you better begin. We open the trap back up. You can smell it in the kitchen. I'm paranoid, cause niggas be snitching. I swear the same shit for my daddy in prison. I swear, but I still can't kiss him. Niggas stay talking to you, pull out that pistol. I ain't never seen niggas on a mission. Crip hoop, nigga, RP nips. They stuck all my niggas in position. Money loan, my whole team winning. I'm paranoid, cause niggas be snitching. I swear the same shit, put my daddy in prison.
And then 50 put him in acting suit, kept it on the low, and he made all this money. Lil Meech got Richard Millie's Chrome Heart jeans, 10,000. Little baby ain't give me no money. He came in a Ferrari truck. He had the Ferrari truck. He had 4 pockets full. Little baby he's not obligated to give you nothing. Maybe 50 should have brung a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something. Cause he said it to me and Murder, and I'm sitting there analyzing it like, damn, this nigga wanted some bread. Maybe the relationship would be good as if you saved some money for your pops when he came home.
So there's that. Then added, Lil Meech is messing up his dad's name. Should have never spit on Rick Ross. Once that was done, that was done. But here's an even bigger thing. Big Meech can't respond for a while. So if you look at basically his instructions while being at home, because he's not in the halfway house, he's at his ex-girlfriend's house, because that's where you see the picture of him and 50. That's what I believe. Now, he could be in the halfway house, but either way it goes, it doesn't matter because these rules still apply. It says, and I'll post it right here. Read along, fellas. Media, without exception, all contacts with media require advance approval by the facility director and the Federal Bureau of Prisons. In all cases of media contact, Privacy Act and confidentiality guidelines will apply, and necessary Bureau of Prisons forms must be completed prior to media interviews of any type: radio, TV, internet, telephone, or newspaper. So, Big Meech is not going to be able to come out and put out an interview that's going to let him do that. Because one thing that I believe is going to happen is something's going to happen to Cuffy as far as him being able to speak on these matters anymore. What it is, I don't know. But I believe you're going to start to see less and less and less of Cuffy saying all this stuff, and he's going to have more people start to speak out for him. And it's kind of funny how we put out the video a week ago showing you how Big Meech got his time reduced, and then everybody else just started running with it, which is cool because there ain't nobody, only we paying attention to what we got going on. Everybody else got their own thing. So I'm not accusing anybody of stealing anything. I just find it interesting how now people's opinions are starting to sway when I said Big Meech ain't a snitch, but neither here nor there. Why is it over for Big Meech and Lil Meech? Well, Big Meech, Boosie was right. Flat out. Boosie was right. You were wrong. You should have stuck with your pops. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's how it goes. Fathers stick with their sons, sons stick with their fathers. The message gets spread. You do what's best for the family. It's like the mafia say. You messed that up. Big Meech messed it up because you went on the side of somebody who did not help your child out at all, who could not put your son in that position at all. And added with the worst part, Big Meech. You telling me all of these rappers did all of this crap for you for free, and then you still expected people to pull up and give you $50,000 to $100,000? Nigga, who do you think you are? You've been gone for almost 20 years. These youngins don't owe you nothing, especially a little baby. You should be lining up to shine his damn shoes. Bro, the Atlanta that you knew does not exist anymore. And I'm not trying to sound disrespectful or anything like that. So if it's coming off with a bit of disrespect, then so be it. But that's not the intent. There has to be a level of graciousness, a level of appreciation, a level of being humble that Big Meech was supposed to show. Y'all remember this video right here?
It gets weighed up. Boy, I see you ain't boy. I ain't know.
Does that scream humble? No. Does that scream graciousness? No. Does that scream arrogance? Hell yeah. So Big Meech is already messing up because the people who are doing stuff for you, the people who are helping you out, they're doing this for free and on their own dime. So I don't think it's just a combination of you couldn't sell tickets. The artists weren't really promoting it like that. You're unlikable too. I wish I would stand next to a quote unquote legend that essentially poisoned his own city. Even though Cuz is from Detroit, but he's from Atlanta as well. It just is what it is. And all you Detroit cats can get mad about that, and all you Atlanta cats can get mad at that. Big Meech is from Detroit, Big Meech is from Atlanta. It is what it is. So somebody who poisoned they freaking cities and poisoned the black community, just like the major pharmacies do as well. I'm not letting off Johnson & Johnson and Moderna and Pfizer and all of these other companies and stuff like that. I'm definitely not doing that one because they're more to blame than a whole bunch of people. Aspirin to kill more people than crack. Let's be fair, square, obvious, and honest. But that's neither here nor there. The problem with what Big Meech is doing is showing so much selfishness in what we're hearing from other people that he wasn't even aware enough to know that intellectually people can leave you. And when they got the first chance to do so, let me get on out of there. That's what they did, bro. Now, there was a thing that 50 Cent said that said, oh, he couldn't be there after 6 or whatever and all of this crap and everything like that. We'll see. Because that's very possible because of the rules and regulations, because of him being under the rehab stuff with drugs and stuff like that. So they wouldn't allow him to be around that stuff, especially when he ain't even been out for damn near half a year. So they don't want you around that stuff because their whole mindset is you'll relapse. So you can't be around drugs and alcohol. And ain't 100% we're going to have drugs and alcohol. So there's that. But also, Lil Meech, you're a junkie. You're an addict. You're a scammer. You're a schemer. According to everything that's done. And you look the part of an old man but then trying to be a kid, but a kid sticks to their parents and you're not sticking to your parents. It's one of the worst things ever. So now that we're sitting here tasked with what to do, what are we going to do? Unfortunately, what's going to end up happening is people are going to start backing away from Big Meech. All the blame 100% goes to Rick Ross. Well, I won't say 100%, but a lot of the blame goes to Rick Ross. I would say about 40%, 60% goes to Big Meech and Lil Meech. And y'all can say, oh, well, that's 30% or 30%. You could say that, but I look at them as one. Your son should have known better. You should have taught your son better, and you didn't. It is what it is, bro. I think it's over for Big Meech. All Big Meech is going to be able to do in order to save his career is when the ability for him to speak and do interviews and all that crap comes about. That's all he's going to do. And the worst part about it is he's going to have to come out in such defense of himself. He's going to have so many documents to try to prove that he didn't tell. And there are so many people already, even people watching this, whose mind is already made up that it don't matter what you say. They just there to run and type rat emojis underneath all your pics and posts and all that crap. So you have that. But it's only so many times you can tell the BMF story because we got it on Stars, or right? It's on Stars, right? It's not on Tubi. I'm fairly certain it's on Stars. So you have that part that exists. So we can't keep hearing the same freaking story. We can't keep hearing you defend yourself over and over. What stories is he going to tell? Well, he'll have to tell stories about times that rappers were afraid of him, the women he slept with and all that stuff. Big Meech at maximum will have a 2-year run with interviews that he can talk about stuff with. And that's going to be that. But as far as people working with him and enterprising with him and trying to basically get him back in a boss position, you are no longer a boss. You're not. If you don't want to get in the position of being a second man or middle man, you're going to have to kill that ego because that's all Big Meech can do. The fact that he sat up there and thought Lil Baby was supposed to give him $100,000 tells me every freaking thing I need to know about the person. And then even furthermore, allows me to know, bro, you know what? You might be full of it. And you might be full of yourself. And a man to be so full of himself will shit on everything. Unfortunately. But y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one, man. I don't know, bro. Did I get it wrong? Did I get it right? I mean, y'all can see the points that I'm trying to make, right? You can't sit up here and tell people they got to cash you out to stand next to you. Nigga, you're not of any influence anymore. That show right there, the fact they canceled it, the fact that there was still hella tickets still for sale, the fact that y'all canceled it the last minute, you're going to have an excuse for that. And there are people who saying they don't know what the hell happened. They just said they got a text and was told, don't show up. It's over. We're not going. When things are led to speculation, and we will speculate, won't we? This is what it is. But, hey, y'all let me know what y'all think on this one.